If you meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue, I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall. And if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.
Well, hello everybody and welcome to our May 18th, 2025 edition of Open Mic America. I'm Rich Fassler, your MC for tonight's show, and I'm joined by Mike Simpson, our interviewer, and Capo Dave Williams, the founder of this show, and the creator and builder of Dandy Hybrid Guitars, which you're going to hear about later. Our mission at Open Mic America is to support your local open mics, where you can go to see songwriters perform their original music in person. Tonight, thanks to Zoom technology, we can travel all around the country and see those same performers in their own homes. Without gimmicks and frills, this is the DNA of American music, the tapestry of story and song that has been weaving us together for generations. So get comfortable. I'm going to introduce tonight's performers, then we're going to do a quick little sound check of one of our performers, and then we're going to start tonight's show. So, by the way, you can find links to the works of all of our performers tonight on our website and on this YouTube video. So tonight's show is going to feature Richie Pollock from Hollywood, Florida. Feel free to wave, performers. Dave Fiebert from Wallingford, Pennsylvania. Tim Young from Glendale, Arizona. Brian Cassidy, Southborough, Massachusetts. Ann Sandstrom, Burlington, Massachusetts. Bill Palmer, Jekyll Island, Georgia. Michael R. Gardner from Orange, California. And Cowboy Rex from lovely Phoenix, Arizona. So before we start tonight's show, let's do a quick little sound check of Tim Young.
Welcome, everybody. We're going to do a little sound check. Tim had a little problem, got here late. Tim, would you unmute, please? Okay. And you're ready to sing and play. You've got your original sound on. And when you see my hands go up, stop playing, and we'll adjust.
Okay. I'm coming through on my computer sound. I have an audio interface here.
Give us a little sample. When you see my hands go up, stop playing, and we'll adjust.
Just 1 minute. I can get this. Okay. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. How does the sound?
Well, you need to sing and play for a moment so we can
I
check
can
out
hardly
the
hear
balance.
It's time to get away. Sound good?
Yes, I think that's going to work very well, Tim. So you'll play third tonight. And
Okay.
Rich, you can go ahead and introduce the first performer.
All right. Yeah, Tim, just keep listening. Yeah, like Dave said, you'll be the third performer, and I will introduce you when it's time. So we are ready to start tonight's show, and we are going all the way to Hollywood. Well, actually, Hollywood, Florida. And we are going to listen to Richie Pollock. So, Richie, take it away.
All right. Since I've been writing songs for 50 years, I'm going to play a couple of songs that were written 50 years ago. This first one is called Give Love a Chance to Dance. love a chance. Glance in your direction. Give love a chance to dance. Give love a chance to answer all your questions. Give love a chance to dance. Breaking through, not an easy thing to do. You got me, I got you. Breaking through to the other side if we try. You let the bad times grab you, get you low down. Do you let the bad win out? Do you let the bad ways chain you so you go down? Do you let the bad win out? Breaking through, not an easy thing to do. You got me, I got you. Breaking through to the other side if we try. Make it if we try. Each day looks like rain. When each day looks like you can't take another. Each day looks like rain. Breaking through, not an easy thing to do. You got me, I got you. Breaking through to the other side if we try. Make it if we try. Give love a chance. Glance in your direction. Give love a chance to dance. Give love a chance to answer all your questions. Give love a chance. Give love a chance. Give love a chance to dance. Give love a chance to dance. Give love a chance to dance. Give love. Give love a chance to dance. 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 To dance. Give love a chance to
Great tune.
Thank you.
I forgot to mention that this is your first time on Open Mic America.
First time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a great song to start your first of many performances in Open Mic America.
I hope so.
All right, let's hear song number 2.
Okay, this second one is called Love Comes From Out of Nowhere. First I didn't see how love could happen. I was scared, I was feeling lonely, I was thinking nothing could break my fall. Then like a light on my horizon, your smile so surprising, my spirits were lifted, really no time at all. 'Cause love comes from out of nowhere. 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 Ooh, and now happiness is becoming a habit. It expands the more I grab it. When I can leave my fears behind. And this feeling of intoxication erases my hesitation. The loving you give me, baby, changes my crazy mind. 'Cause love comes from out of nowhere. Love comes from out of nowhere. Love comes from out of nowhere. Love comes from nowhere. When you least expect it, when you can't get there. Love comes from out of nowhere. Love comes from out of nowhere. Love comes from out of nowhere. Love comes from nowhere. I swear, love comes from out of nowhere. Love comes from out of nowhere. Love comes from out of nowhere. Love comes from out of nowhere.
Right. Catchy too. Very nice. All right, Richie, let me move you over to Mike so we can learn a little bit more about you and your music.
Hey.
All righty. More about you. Here it comes. So the first thing I have to say is the first song, that is a great hook. That is a great hook. Very, very nice. And I love those dynamic rhythms. So in terms of the songwriting process itself, did this start off like with the lyric, with the accompaniment, the melody? What was the original incept for this?
It always comes as the title first.
Title, okay.
Title first, and then once the words have been written, I sit at the guitar and my hand will go to something. And to this day, I can't even tell you what the names of the chords are.
Okay.
It's just the sound and the feeling that comes from a certain progression, and then the tune seems to just write itself.
All right. Well, lucky you.
Yep.
So it's invariant. You're saying it doesn't change from song to song. There's never been one that started as a melody, or
There's one. There was maybe one song where the tune and the words basically came at the same time.
huh?
Yeah, but even still, once that happens, then I have to find just the perfect chord progression to put
Right.
to it.
Right. So do you play anything else besides the guitar, or do you have
I've been known to turn on the keyboard.
any? Okay.
Same thing, put my hands down, put on the tape recorder 25 minutes later, I've done something, and then I will pick up my electric guitar and I'll do exactly the same thing, and then I'll mix them both together and I'll call it a symphony.
All right, there you go. Now the second song,
Yeah.
again, fine hook. The is this autobiographical? Was that personal experience you were telling?
Absolutely not. No.
Not at all. So just
None.
just,
No.
just a written song.
That's
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Very nice guitar work in that. You say you don't know what any of those chords are. Those.
Well, I know an A, but
Yeah.
once you get to the top of the fret, they're just kind of patterns to me at this point.
Right.
Even still, 50 years later.
And how much would you say your songs vary song to song? I mean, those two were not real similar, but not real different either. You work
Yeah.
with the
Now that I'm basically writing new songs, I mean, my pattern used to be I'd write 15 songs within a month at a time, and then I'd give myself the time to memorize them, and make sure that I knew them. And then the next 15 would come. I mean, I've got hundreds of songs, and so now I've got 12 new ones, and I kind of will go back to my favorite sounding chords, and even if I'm using exactly the same progression, I'll write a totally different song out of it because of the structure of the lyrics.
when you perform, when you play out, is it just you, or do you have a band, or?
Well, for 30 years, it was my wife and I, and we were
Okay.
called Love and Magic, and we
All
played
right.
for kids and seniors and in-betweeners.
Yeah.
And these days, it's basically just me and Facebook and YouTube. And if I'm not feeling lazy, I'll go out to an open mic. But eh, like with Senior Planet, I've got a 20-minute concert coming up in September, and that's a
All right.
lot more something that's interesting to me.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It sounds doable. Richie Pollock, thank you very much for joining us for your maiden voyage, as it was here. I hope that you'll be back.
I hope
And
so too.
I'm going to turn you back over to our host now.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Richie. Great hearing your songs here, and we look forward to having you back. Okay, we are now moving from Hollywood, Florida. We're heading north. We're going to Wallingford, Pennsylvania, and we're going to listen to Dave Fiebert. Dave performs at open mics in the Wallingford, Pennsylvania area. He performs at Epic Pizza, and I hope I'm saying this town correctly. Media? It's either
Media.
Medea or Media. I'm going to go with
You got
Media.
it, Rich. Yep.
Okay. And the Song Circle, by the way, Media is known as everyone's hometown. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, there you go. Song Circle in Swarthmore, Stephens on State Street in Media, and The Flash in Kennett Square. And tonight he's with us. So Dave, take it away.
Thank you, Rich. Got a song in my writing partner and I put together, kind of about Memorial Day. It's called "For Me and You." I, the kid sister, proud as I could be, my brother in uniform nearly blinded me. I, the father, before he was baptized, he'd grown up in spite of me, right before my eyes. I, the mother, he was my boy. He gave me this locket, he was my joy. I, his neighbor, I, his friend, I, his sweetheart. Remember when, out on the schoolyard, oh, what little we knew, when the call came, he went for me and you. I, the pastor, read his letters from the war, absolved the sins he confessed, sins to keep the oath he swore. The home sky was blue, the day his body returned. Bugle played in sorrow as his body was interned. I, the mother, kerchief in my hands, clutching a flag, I try to understand. I, his neighbor, I, his friend, I, his sweetheart. Remember when, out on the schoolyard, oh, what little we knew, when the call came, he went for me and you.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Here's one called, I gotta find it. There it is. I knew I had it. This one's, for short, it's called The Drifters, but the whole title is The Drifters, Dorsey, Dr. John, and Dusty. And we capo up a bit. She's got her records, the sounds that fill her day. They take her places, they take her far away. When I go with her, the world becomes a toy. I see the girl in her and I'm her favorite boy. The Drifters, Dorsey, Dr. John, and Dusty. A phonograph with records by her bed. She sings along until she finds she must be lost within a storm inside her head. When she was just a girl, she'd play the radio. She found some stations there where no one else could go. Sometimes she'd sing the words, sometimes she'd dance along, sometimes she'd lie in bed with music of her own. The Drifters, Dorsey, Dr. John, and Dusty. A phonograph with records by her bed. She sings along until she finds she must be lost within a storm inside her head. Cat Stevens comes to her as nighttime settles in. Moon shadows dance around, the room begins to spin. She's got her records, the sounds that fill her day. They take her places, they take her far away. The Drifters, Dorsey, Dr. John, and Dusty. A phonograph with records by her bed. She sings along until she finds she must be lost within a storm inside her head.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's a cool little tune. All right, let me pass you on over to Mike, and we'll learn a little bit more about you and your music.
All right. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. So that first one there,
Yeah.
was there a specific inspiration? Are you a veteran, or was
No,
this
I'm not.
someone-
I'm not a veteran. My writing partner has a son in the army, and his mother said we're going to have a special celebration for Memorial Day, and his son said, "Mom, we don't celebrate it like that. It's not like it's not a joyous occasion." So
Okay.
he
That
shared
would
that
be
story with.
that would be Veterans Day.
Well,
More.
Memorial Day is to memorialize things, right?
Right. Exactly.
Okay. So that's what we were talking about, and I thought, well, that's interesting. There's got to be some kind of song about Memorial Day. And I couldn't really find something. I'm sure there's songs about it, but that just sort of struck me as a topic to explore. So off we went and put that one together.
Well, in terms of the craft of the songwriting, I must say I like the rolling people you bring in, placing the protagonist in community. That's a very good thing to do
Thank you.
for a song about soldiers, in my mind. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really about community, about people remembering somebody that had passed away and sacrificed his life.
You did that skillfully. That was very nice.
Thank you.
Okay, second song.
Yeah.
What was the genesis for this one?
This one I came up with that guitar riff and some chording, and then my buddy, there's a girl, a friend of ours, who's got Alzheimer's. So it's about somebody losing their memory, and then music would bring things back, and and then she would go back into this dark area, and then come out back into the light. So it was always that kind of glow, and then it filtered down to.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were. They felt like images you were recalling from real life.
Well, my father had Alzheimer's, so that wasn't that distant to me in terms of a topic. But he was a wordsmith on that one. My buddy Walt Hake. I've talked about him on this show. So.
Yeah, and then two specific lyrical references. Who is Dorothy?
Dorsey. Drifters, Dorsey, Dr. John.
Oh, I heard it as Dorothy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Dorsey. Oh,
Well,
the band. Okay. All right. Yes, well, that's one's on
Clear
me.
that up.
Yeah, and I love the line about the stations where no one else could go.
Yeah.
What's that descriptive of particularly?
Radio stations. The places that stuff coming in over the airwaves, and something, the station's in her head, as
Right.
she would imagine places that were either real or distantly past or confused.
Oh.
But it was, they were connecting points.
Now, how often do you write songs?
Um, I try to get something once every couple of months. I slowed down. My
Yeah.
writing partner and I, we're working on a couple. We always have something cooking, so we got a couple,
Cool.
floating around now. And
Yeah.
one's about the Princeton Record Exchange, and
Ah.
it's pretty interesting. So that's a big
Cool.
spot out here on the East Coast, up in Princeton.
Yes, I'm familiar with it. Um, I am really glad to hear those two songs. Are those kind of typical of the mood you work in, or do you have dance tunes?
I've got other tunes. I've got some schmaltzy songs and gentler songs
Yeah.
but we'll between us we'll find a topic and we just sort of explore it and see where it goes and then see how it changes and just follow that journey as best as we can and ride our
Well,
way out of a hole.
I am grateful to you for letting us follow some of that journey with you. These are great songs. I really enjoyed hearing them.
Thank you,
We'll
Mike.
look forward to your next appearance here on Open Mic America. And
All
now
right,
back
sounds good to
to
me.
Rich Fassler.
All right, and back to me. All right, great tunes. We are now leaving Pennsylvania and heading south, actually southwest. We're going to Glendale, Arizona, and we are going to listen to Tim Young. So, Tim, take it away.
Hello. Just had to hit on mute. You hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You're audible. Yeah.
I'm gonna do a couple. I'm gonna do my newest song right now. It's called "A Light to Guide You." Hello to the new year. What will you do? Will you throw out the old and welcome in the new? Will you ever gain control of the things holding you? Will you turn that ship around and sail to someplace new? May you find peace and joy and be spared pain and sorrow. May you raise your glass high and sing a song for tomorrow. May love and laughter fill your days. May there be a light to guide you through the storm and its waves. And what will this new year bring to you, with lies and deception surrounding you? Can you believe you can find something true, a brand new direction for me and for you? May you find peace and joy and be spared pain and sorrow. May you raise your glass high and sing a song for tomorrow. May love and laughter fill your days. May there be a light to guide you through the storm and its waves. May love and laughter fill your days. May there be a light to guide you through the storm and its waves. Through the storm and its waves. That's a light to guide you.
Very good.
I'll move on to number 2. And I kind of wrote these songs at around the same time, and kind of had two very different meanings. You know, one is going very deep, and the other one is just a song I wanted to write for fun, you know, to make people feel good. And this is called the Time Song. Anytime to get away, I need a break, I need one today. I'm no good to anyone when things are going this way. Too much news and information messing up my concentration. There's nothing left to say. Anytime, time for a better choice. To free my soul and say goodbye to all this noise. You only find peace of mind when you learn to be kind. Say goodbye to all the news. It's time for me and you. And time ain't the enemy, and time ain't your friend. It's all what you make it and how it is spent. And you may not get a warning, you won't be another morning, and that will be the end. Anytime, time to make a better choice. Free your weary soul, say goodbye to the noise. You only find peace of mind in a world that is kind. Say goodbye to all the news. It's time for me and you. Time for me and you. Time for me and you. That's it.
Sounded great. Sounded great. All right. Let me move you on over to Mike.
Okay.
Hey, Tim.
Hello.
Nice to hear you play there.
Yeah, my volume is coming through a little kind of muted here, but I guess as long as you're hearing me fine, that's okay.
As long as you can hear the questions.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what sparks a song for you? What gets the songwriting juices flowing for you?
Well, I think, with the first song, we have a lot, we always have a lot going on in the world, so I wanted to write a song that was going to be comforting to people, I think, maybe to offer some hope, and we got, a lot going on now with the news, and all that stuff. So, it's just to want to, a light to guide you. It's just a song about looking for the positive side of things, I think, trying to remain positive.
That's a good way to go. So, in terms of songwriting, what's your favorite part of the process of songwriting? What do you like
My favorite
best?
part of the craft? I think it's kind of like what I tried to do here. You can get across different emotions. Maybe some people might look at the first song as being a little bit sad, but then I tried to write a happy song with the next one, to make people feel good. That's basically the main point behind the second song, was to get people to get their foot tapping, have a good feeling. And
Yeah.
I needed to write that song because a lot of other songs that I have are message songs.
Mm-hmm.
I write a few topical songs and stuff like that. So I think songwriting, and music in general, could be like offer a balance to people, a balance of different feelings, different emotions, I think.
Cool. So I like that ragtime stuff, a little Reverend Gary Davis-ish kind of thing going on there. That was very nice.
We're both. I know that you and I are both folk music enthusiasts. So that's a familiar name to me. I've listened to his playing before.
Yeah. Time is, to be very obvious, is a big subject. How did you curate the specific references that you made in that song? How did you make
the time song?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just the idea of time in this song is realizing when you need a break. We're realizing when you need a break from things, and it's just a simple message to just not get too caught up in things. You can get caught up in work, get caught up in listening to too much of the news, which can really bring people down.
Right.
So that's what I said. That's what the message of the song was, it's like, do whatever you need to do. Go on a vacation, go on a hike, whatever. Say goodbye to all the news, time for me and you.
Yeah.
That's that's the main part of it, I think.
Yeah, it's a very fine song. I really like the guitar work. I like the subject, and I like the specifics in it. So this is not your first time here, right?
No.
No, I thought I'd seen you before. I hope we'll see you again, and thank you very much for sharing your songs with us. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you again for sharing your stuff. Really liked it, and
thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. I'm gonna
say hi to Cowboy Rex out there too. He's another Arizonan.
Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he is. Well, he's gonna close out our show tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait around for it. I'll be there.
All right, you'll be well rewarded. I'm going to turn you back over to Rich Fassler here.
Okay.
All right. Well, Tim, thank you very much, and great hearing your songs on Open Mic America. And we are going to move now from Glendale, Arizona. We are going to head east, and we are going to go to Southborough, Massachusetts, where we're going to listen to Brian Cassidy, who, by the way, is going to be hosting an open mic at the Corner Spot on Thursday, June 5th, from 6 to 8 p.m. And they're located at 6 Cherry Street in wonderful Ashland, Massachusetts. So, Brian, take it away.
Okay, thank you. Hey, how's everybody doing? Thank you, Dave, for the invite. I'm glad you texted me today because I'm glad to be here. Always enjoy this. So for my first song, I'm going to play a song that I wrote about 15 years ago. And then later, the second one will be one that I've been kind of playing with for like the last couple of months. So, and they're very different. One's about ending a relationship. The other one's about finding somebody. So this one's called The Fall. Could this be the start of the fall? It's a long way down. Do I have to crawl? Could this be something small, or something we can't talk about? How could this be when we come so far, yet we couldn't see the light in the dark? Can't you see what's going on? Everything around us is falling apart, just like bad news. Can't sleep at night, 'cause thoughts of you keeping me awake till I don't think about the fall, 'cause we can't fly away. Don't think about it all. Don't let your mind get in the way. This might be our farewell, or a wake-up call, or the road to hell. But it seems to me that we lost our way. So pride be damned, I'm asking you to stay. It's just like pain, tells you something's wrong. Can't be no gain when you're worried about yourself. Don't think about the phone, 'cause we can't fly away. Don't think about it all. Don't let your mind get in the way. So don't think about the phone. Don't let your mind get in the way.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
Thank you. Thank you. Very much appreciated. That was an older song, and that was about the end of a relationship. This one's an upbeat song. It's called Can You Feel It Too? Hit me like a bolt of lightning. First time I laid eyes on you, with a smile like no other, I found something pure and true. Can you feel it too? Standing on the edge of the world, holding your hand in mine. We're soaring up over the clouds. When did life get so fine? Oh yeah, can you feel it too? Can you feel it too? I'm filled with a sense of pride, with you standing by my side. Strolling down the boardwalk with you, stars couldn't get any brighter. And I don't have a care in the world, 'cause life's burden's getting lighter. Can you feel it too? Can you feel it too? This time I'm sure it's love, 'cause you fit me like a glove. For me there's only you, and no one else will do. Known it from the start. You stole in my heart. Can you feel it too? Can you feel it too? Can you feel it too? Hit me like a bolt of lightning. Thank you.
Got on the ending. Great song. Great song.
Thank you.
All right, let me pass you on over to Mike.
All right, I'm unmuted there. Brian Cassidy. Good drive on that first one, man. Do I detect the possibility that there's a little rocker in there?
Yeah, definitely. I think you might have asked me that before.
I might have. I remembered that other song you did, the second song you did last time. It was also, kind of a banger.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely was inspired by like the Tom Petty's and Aerosmith. That was a local band for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, and yet so it's just, and then the singer songwriters all gravitate towards that too, like Springsteen's and those kind of guys. So yeah,
Well, my personal point of view is that at this point, rock and roll is folk music. It really is. Not stylistically, but in terms of its position. The Fall. I get that it's referring to the breakup, but the specifics of referring it of that image of the fall. How did that spring up?
That was the one I have a very different way of writing songs than Richie was talking about. He gets the title, and then so for me, I always want to get I need a melody. I need like the rhythm and rhyme kind of thing, and then I can usually tell like the story, right? So I don't know. That one was just something I had looked back at, and I came to music kind of late. I didn't start playing guitar till I was in my 40s, so I wrote that song about a relationship that I had been in maybe a half a dozen or 10 years before that. So it was just kind of thinking about how something was at that time and then trying to express that. I think when you write anything or even listening to music, it's always the emotion for me that does it. If I can extract some emotion from something that I'm listening to, that always brings me in closer, and I try to give that. I think, I mentioned like rhythm, rhyme. It's like trying to be, emotional too, like trying to get across something. And more than, when you want somebody to go with you on something, it's not just what they're listening to, but they feel like they've been there too, or they've done it. It's fun if you can write something like that.
Yeah. So the second song, love songs, writing love songs, I think is always tough because there is no unexplored ground for you to write.
That's probably true, yeah.
Right into it. I liked the fact that one there, did I recognize, had I heard some of those phrases before? Yes. Did any of them come across as trite? No. Your placement and how they work with the lyric and melody and stuff. So what went into the writing of that one? What was the hard parts on writing?
I think that one was one that came together pretty quick. Just been trying to polish it a little bit and make it, changed it a little bit from what I was originally thinking. But it's really like three parts. It's just it's the rhythm, and then it's sort of the story about somebody finding that person that they, makes them feel alive, so that euphoria is, can you feel it too, is just, I guess, looking for affirmation from the other person that, you feel, a certain way. And I think people can relate to that too. It's that, but it just came together as something that a little bit personal too, and so that always helps. That helps me, when I'm looking for that story. I've already got the rhythm or the rhyme that I'm working on, so now I need to fill it in with an emotion, and things that are happening. But I also have a lot of other songs too that I try to write about different things. But yeah, the love songs seem to be where
They are popular.
yeah, had the most. I grew up with the Eagles and stuff, so yeah, there's like that too. So, but anyway, it was definitely something that came from something that was going on. That's where that song came from.
Well, very nice, outstanding stuff. I really enjoyed hearing it. You'll no doubt be back here sometime.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I will be.
Soonish, we hope. And yeah, great stuff. Thank you very much for bringing those two to us. Those were good choices for this show. I think they both work really well here. Thanks a lot. Rich is going to take over for me now here.
I'm going to take over for you now, Mike. Hey, listen, we are halfway through tonight's show. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. We got 4 more great performers in the wings, and you're wondering, so how can things get any better than that? Well, how about a chance to win one of the coolest new acoustic guitars around? The Dandy Hybrid guitar, designed and built by our very own Capo Dave Williams, Open Mic America's founder. Getting a chance to win one is easy. Everyone who performs on the show or helps out on the show gets their name, gets a little ticket with their name on it, dropped into a big fishbowl. And at the end of the year, in December, Dave is going to pull out a name from all of the entries, and that person is going to win their very own Dandy Hybrid guitar. So you may be asking, what is this Dandy Hybrid? Well, it's an acoustic guitar, very unique in design, and projects its own distinctive sound at considerably higher volume than flat top guitars. And we're lucky enough, Capo Dave is with us tonight doing the engineering work, and I'm going to ask him to come on and tell you just a little bit more about these unique guitars. So Dave, come on in.
Thanks, Rich. Yeah, the Dandy project is coming up on 4 years old now. Been building these guitars, and the project focused on guitars with a floating bridge guitars, and the early ones had a tailpiece. I'm sure you've seen a lot of guitars with tailpieces. And the earlier guitars were, they have a lot of volume and a lot of definition to the notes, but they tended to be somewhat clangy. And so the object was to get rid of some of the clanginess to maybe make a hybrid between an arch top and a flat top, and it evolved into this, to where finally the guitar doesn't have a tailpiece anymore. It has what we call an anchor bridge, but it still has the floating bridge. Okay, and that went up to about guitar number 30, but I'm pretty well satisfied with what these are doing in terms of meeting that goal of splitting the difference between an arch top and say a normal dreadnought. But then I decided that it would be time to do something else, and I switched shapes. I think Mike calls this a 000 shape. I don't know, I kind of call it a Mae West. It's got the pinched center, and these have a standard bridge on them, ebony bridge. But the thing they have in common with the early Dandies, and this is pretty important, is the tops of these are a high dome top. And what does that mean? If you went out into a parking lot and drove a nail into the parking lot and hooked a string to it and went out 16 feet with a piece of chalk and scribed an arc, that arc would be the arc of the dome of a Dandy guitar. A normal flat top guitar, they call it a flat top, but it's not really flat, that string would be 30 feet out. So the arc is almost non-existent. It's almost flat. So these guitars have a much higher arc, and that's giving you, as you know, a speaker, a satellite dish, is arced to make sound work. The other thing that gives these a big advantage over flat top guitars is they have a floating fingerboard. The fingerboard does not touch the body. On a normal flat top guitar, that fingerboard is attached, glued onto the body, and you don't need much imagination to realize that what that's going to do is damp down the sound from the upper bout of the guitar. And that certainly has been true. These really make a lot of sound for a standard bridge guitar. So I just wanted to show you those things about the Dandies. And the next drawing is December the 14th. And anyone that plays on the show or hosts the show is going to get tickets in the fishbowl anytime they play or host. And there may be some folks out there that don't write songs, but are pretty good players. And if you were willing to come on the show and play a song that was written before 1925, it's not protected. And we'd love to have you on the show playing what we call a heritage song. So on the homepage, there's a path toward getting set up on the show. So that's all I have for right now. And thanks for listening. And sure I am enjoying the music I'm hearing tonight. Take care.
All right. Thanks, Dave. So listen, whether it's an open mic, a circle jam, a campfire, or an open boxcar on a moving train, a Dandy Hybrid delivers. And you can learn more about the Dandies, hear them played on the website, dandyguitars.com. So let's move on along with tonight's show. And we're staying in Massachusetts, but we're going to Burlington, Massachusetts, and we're going to hear Ann Sandstrom. She's performing at a really great outdoor venue, the Reading Porch Fest, on June 28th. And of course, it's in Reading, Massachusetts. So, Ann, take it away.
Thanks, Rich. You can tell by that chord this is not going to be a happy song. This is called Holy. God is down on Broadway, hustling spare change, while ministers in mansions blaspheme his name. But you're holy, holy, when you're the privileged few. Holy, holy, when you think God looks like you. God seems to be praying while the anthem plays, kneeling for the healing of our racist ways. But you're holy, holy, when you're the privileged few. Holy, holy, when you think God looks like you. God is at the border, begging to come in, being born in danger is her only sin. But you're holy, holy, when you're the privileged few. Holy, holy, when you think God looks like you. Who will speak for the meek? Who will stand for those you've damned? God is in the faces that you hurry past. God is down on Broadway. God is an outcast. But you're holy, holy, when you're the privileged few. Holy, This next one is called Reach. You say there's no place for me anymore. No place for the faces and faiths you born. We are outside looking in. You say we must lose for you to win. How can I reach you? I beseech you, lay down your hate before it's too late for us. You build wicked walls around your heart. All strangers are dangerous. You keep them apart. Whatever it takes to feel safe. Whatever it takes to feel great. How can I reach you? I beseech you, lay down your hate before it's too late for us. Bring me the tired, the hungry, the poor. Open your arms just like before. How can I reach you? I beseech you, lay down your hate before it's too late for us. Where is the land that we can all share? Where is the language we can all hear? What can we do to heal these wounds? What can we do to start anew? How can I reach you? I beseech you, lay down your hate before it's too late for us. How can I reach you? I beseech you, lay down your hate. It's not too late for us.
All right.
Beautiful song. Wonderful song. All right, let me Ann, let me pass you on to Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, how you doing, Ann?
All right. How
Well,
are you?
I always smile when I see your name on the list. This was no exception. Let's start with God Looks Like You. The Pope seems to disagree. If his treatment of J.D. Vance recently is any indication. Now, how did you arrive at that hook?
Well, of course, I'm familiar with the song, Holy, 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 the Christmas song. I think it's Christmas. Anyway, and I said, well, I want to turn that on its side. And I was really inspired, if you can call it inspired, or maybe disgusted, by one of the megachurch preachers who was asking all of his flock to donate millions of dollars so he could upgrade his private jet. He already had one, and now he wanted a better one, which seems to be going around a lot these days. So that's what, that's what inspired the song. And I mean, I'm not terribly religious. No, I'm not religious, but I really connect with everything as the divine. And so when I was in Sunday school, I remember the second question was, where is God? And the answer was everywhere. And I was like, that's it, I'm done, excellent. So that's what really drove that song. It's like, yeah. You want to see God, just open your eyes.
Fine explanation. That answers that question. Okay, now let's dive a little more into craft. You use a 12-string, which I'm gonna.
Oh, no, it's a Loudon. It's a 6-string.
Oh, it's a Loudon. Oh, okay. Well, the
But
sound
a
of the
Loudon
guitar
is a
in any
loud
case,
one.
yeah, Loudon, yeah. Well, they're very like 12 strings. They're very evenly dense across all their strings, as a general case with Loudon guitars, with only a few exceptions. So either way, that sound of the guitar, I'm not talking especially about the voice of the guitar here. I'm talking about your techniques, your choices, what you do for almost all of your songs, fingerstyle or strummed, is the guitar is a very definite platform that your voice stands upon. I mean, it's obviously intentional. So how do you manage to do that? What are you doing to make that happen when you write songs?
Well, I start with the lyrics, and I write lyrics without any real thought about melody, but I do think about rhythm.
Scansion, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then I sit down with the guitar, and with the lyrics in mind, then I come up with a guitar part that I build a melody on top of. And I also, I play in different tunings, so then it's also a question of which of the 7 or 8 tunings that I play in is this song going to be in? What's the appropriate sound for it?
Okay. So your order of operations is lyric, accompaniment, melody.
Accompaniment and melody are kind of at the same time. It's a push and pull between them.
Oh, okay. All right. It sounded like you when you ran it by, it sounded like your melody is somewhat derived from the accompaniment.
It's somewhat derived, but
Yeah.
but things go back and forth a little bit.
And of course, the tuning choice definitely has some control on the melody writing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're building a box to some degree.
Right.
Okay. Well, I really like your stuff. I really liked hearing it. Now I'm going to ask you the sillier question. I always have a theme question that I try to ask either 2 parts of it or I ask it of multiple people, and I'm doing both here. What's your least favorite part of songwriting?
I think when there's a moment when things start to come together, and it's just when I'm getting the melody, just when I'm figuring out how it's all going to work together, but that's the moment where things could really fall apart. That's the most fragile moment, and it's also the most inspiring but the most frustrating moment, because then you realize in 5 minutes I could be just throwing this whole thing away, or we're really going to go down the path.
Well, you're not alone. You're not alone in that expression. I know someone who I've known for years, moderately famous songwriter, and she says I sometimes think I need to give up either pottery or songwriting because of what you just said. There's that moment where all of a sudden the pot comes apart under a little bit too much pressure with the thumb, or whatever. And the songwriter says, I need to give one of those up. I don't need two things like that in my life. All right. Well, thank you for your answer.
And I know who that songwriter is.
Do you?
And I know her, yeah.
And her first name starts with?
C.
Huh?
Is it C? Wait a minute. Is that how she spells it?
It's K, right?
That's right. It's K. She spells it with K. Yeah.
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 And that's, I wonder if it is the same. It's Christina Olson I was thinking of. But you're probably thinking of Cozy, right?
I was thinking of Cozy. Of Cozy.
She uses a similar, she says similar things too. I think anybody who does both those things probably has those feelings. All right. Well, keep writing. Keep coming back.
I will.
We'll look forward to next time.
Okay,
Here's Rich
great.
for you.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
All right. Thanks, Ann. I'm thinking of a name. It starts with. All right. Oh, those are two very nice songs. Listen, we now are going to get on the road. We're going to drive south from Burlington, Mass, and head down to Georgia. We are going to Jeykll Island, Georgia. We're going to hear Bill Palmer. Bill performs on the Panned Open Mic Online. I like that, Panned Open Mic Online. And also at the Palm Coast on St. Simon's Island, Georgia. And at Seagulls in St. Mary's, Georgia. So, Bill, take it away.
So, can you hear me okay? Let's see.
Yes, we can.
But, okay. Welcome to Georgia. This song is called I'm Going Away. It was written in 2020. And it's, I guess it's more like writing, it's a story song. So it's not a making a point song. But it's just it's more like writing a short story, I guess, in my mind. So anyway, this was kind of inspired by moving or starting to spend a lot of time in rural Georgia, and kind of a lot of these towns are like from 1740, various places on the East Coast are like that. A lot of interesting, not always great things have happened around here. But anyway, it's just sort of a story, I guess. I'm going away for a real long time. Well, I wish that you could come along too. Well, I'm going away for a real long time. Well, the only thing left for me to do. Well, I've been working cotton, baby, most of my life. And I know you expect to be my wife. I just socked old Joe, I punched him in the eye, and now I'm on the run. 'Cause old Joe, well, he may die. Going up to Kansas, baby, they're picking in the fall. I'm riding on that big freight train asleep against the wall. The clicking of the tracks is swimming in my sleep. I see you in your party dress, and I'm trying not to weep. I'm going away for a real long time. Well, I wish that you could come along too. Well, I'm going away for a real long time. Well, I may be going to prison, baby, they catch me on the line. On a real good night, I'll just be sleeping in the pines, dreaming of your kisses, sweet as pecan pie. I'm going away for Wished you could come along too. I'm gonna wait for a real long time. The only thing left for us to do is to dream. Know that I'm with you.
Oh yeah, nice.
Nice, Bill.
And Anna, it wouldn't be me playing music if there wasn't a more silly song involved. So this is called the Boo-Hoo Blues. I play various kinds of blues. I enjoy the sadness of the blues. But I will also say that we all have friends, and maybe it's us, especially songwriters, because we convey sad things sometimes. Why do we do that? Why do we say these sad things, you know? And I don't know, it feels good, it's a good thing. But some people are a little oversharing a little bit sometimes. So anyway, this is meant to be, certainly not to disrespect sadness. Sadness is a thing that nobody likes when it really is sincere, but this is maybe a little different take on it too. Called the Boo-Hoo Blues. I got the manic from my mama. I got depression from my dad. I got the gloominess from my girlfriend and all those friends I never had. I got the boo-hoo blues. Have you heard the news? Yeah, well, I think you might want 'em. I think you might want 'em too, 'cause nothing makes me better than dredging up my past about those girlfriends who left me and those jobs that did not last. Nothing feels sweeter than complaining about my life, whether it's politics or weather or complexities of life. I got those boo-hoo blues. Hey, they might be good for you too. Well, I think you might want 'em. I think you might want 'em. Well, I think you might want 'em too. So I'm gonna share all my sadness. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna load up all my sadness and just dump it all on you. Tell you all my grief and all my sorrow too. I'm gonna load it all up and just dump it all on you. So have those big old boo-hoos, just like I do. Try to be happy, and that ain't bad, but there's a certain kind of cool to being real sad. Some people think it's artsy if you're sad for a while. Well, some think it's clever and it shows real style. Try the boo-hoo blues, it might be good for you too. Oh, well, I think you might want 'em. Well, I think you might want 'em. I think you might want 'em too. Oh, yeah, well, the boo-hoo blues. Well, the boo-hoo blues. The boo-hoo blues might be good for you too. Well, I think you might want 'em. Well, I think you might want 'em. I think you might want 'em too. I got the manic from my mama. depression from my dad. I got the gloominess from my girlfriend and all those friends I never had. I got the boo-hoo blues. Have you heard that news? Well, I think you might want them. Well, I think you might want them. I think you might want them too.
Yeah.
Alrighty there.
I don't think things go okay. I had a USB error on my software here partway through, so.
No one noticed.
All right.
All right. Hey, Bill, great. Let me pass you on over to Mike.
All right, Mr. Palmer.
Hey. So you
Other
can hear
than
me all right? I could try to reset this USB, but if it's okay, I'll just leave it.
I think you're okay. Other than your, current personal stress from having to wait for things, you're a fair cop to the listening audience. I know Bill pretty well. I've even actually met him in person, so I've heard a lot of his stuff, and I hear a lot of his stuff while it's being worked up. And so I note that you derive a lot of stuff from your own situations. Like you have songs that are based on, viewing a road at night or being near a train station or things like that. But do most of your songs also have a constructed element to them?
And what constructed in what way?
In the sense that it isn't necessarily something you actually saw, but it's something you add in.
Yeah, I think that's very fair. In another life, I tried to write stories. I didn't do that for too long, but that first song is definitely that. It's we talk about where songs come from. That one started from a tune, kind of a riff on the guitar. But it was one of those things where all of a sudden the words are coming out and it's like, ooh, I wonder where this guy's going to go next, kind of a thing. It was just, it was an interesting story to write to see how it would play out. So that kind of was fun in that way. And then this is constructed also from that kind of thing. Actually, a friend of ours made an offhand comment about singers that sing about too sad of things, and I'm like, well, what if I did a song which is kind of parodying the blues a little bit and maybe oversharing your blues a little bit too much? And so that's kind of got me thinking about this. And so it was definitely constructed around that, and then it lent itself to a lighter-hearted sort of jazz kind of thing, which I'm trying to move in that direction musically anyway, so it was very fun for that.
Well, it worked. It worked. So the other thing is you write a lot of stuff in the blues mode, but not everything. But even when you're not directly in the blues mode, there's always very definite form to your songs. Not all singer-songwriters can you look at their songs and say, oh, that's a great example of not necessarily rigid, but complete, solid form to it. And all your stuff has, but does that come from your affinity with the blues, with its...
I think it comes from an affinity of really only knowing 3 chords. No, I'm only kidding. But
now, I know that's not true.
You know what I'm saying? But no, I think in my ear, probably the thing that's most compelling to me would be like Gershwin, would be the same kind of a thing, not comparing my music to that by any means, but if you listen to his music, a lot of it is governed by kind of the blues in the way that he built his music, and then he'll have little movements here and there that kind of move away but come back, and so I catch myself doing that too. It's just kind of like, I think my ear is comfortable in that area, and I think a lot of music that I like to sing and play and listen to probably is in that sort of zone a little bit.
And that last song being about the songwriters who overshare kind of thing, I just want to know, should I take this personally?
I'm not saying it was you, Mike.
Okay, well, that's good. Anyway, 2 very fine songs. Always great to have you here. We know you'll be back.
Supposedly, Mike, I paid money to Mike for a guitar, and it's supposedly been in the mail for 10 days. So
yeah.
But it says it's showing up tomorrow, so don't worry about it.
Well, I hope it does. Yeah. No, I commented before that lately, everything I order runs at least 2 days longer than they claim it's it's going to be. And Bill lives on a flippin' island
Yeah, well, it's
off
not like
of
anybody
Georgia.
ever. Well, seriously, UPS only comes here 3 days a week.
Right. So, yeah. I'm not taking a lot of the blame for this, you know. It was your choice to leave civilization entirely. To do that. All right, man. We'll see you again. Rich, on to you.
All right. Boy, UPS 3 days a week. How can you live with that? Okay, listen, we are now going to the mainland, and we're driving all the way out to lovely Orange, California. And we're going to listen to another newbie, another first-time performer here on Open Mic America, Michael Gardner. So, Michael, show us what you got.
Hi, Rich. Thank you. This is a young guy just out of high school. Eyes wide open, eager, a little trepidatious. What's his future? And he gets his notice to come join his country's new war. He knows the night before he's going to ship out, he's not going to get any sleep, so he heads out to see if he can make some memories to help him through what he's got out there. Come out, Sally, while the moon is high. We can dance in the meadow underneath the sky. Come out, Sally, and dance with me again. It's not yet winter and the time is right. We can dress up warm and go all night. Forget about what's to come and where we've been. Come out, Sally, and dance with me again. We can walk to the river, we can sing a tune. Drink that water by the silver moon. Listening to your heart is not a sin. So come out, Sally, and dance with me again. This may be the last chance we can hope for. Soon they're gonna send me far away. Never mind all that, dance with me once more. And I'll spend my life remembering this day. There ain't nothing better than a moonlit night, walking with the crickets and the fireflies. Thinking about it, I can't help but grin. We can leave behind these crazy times we're in. So come out, Sally. Come on out, Sally. Come out, Sally, and dance with me again. Oh, brother, that's an excellent
Nice.
song. Wow, that's nice. I've thought about this a good long while. I hope it wasn't wasted time, but I sort of get the feeling that you already know a lot about this heart of mine. I was feeling left down on a highway, a bumpy road to love. That's what a broken heart can do, but now I can't stop thinking of you, and I hope you feel the same. Though all I've got to offer you is this beat up heart, and it's lots of miles. It's just a fixer-upper, and it isn't quite what it used to be. Needs TLC, but it'll get you where you're going if you treat it right. This old beat up heart, I don't have a fortune, I won't promise you the moon, but I'll be here for you each day, beside you in the sunlight. And when the darkness falls, I'll do my best to light the way. With this beat up heart, and it's many miles, it's just a fixer-upper, and it isn't quite what it used to be. Needs TLC, but it'll get you where you're going if you treat it right. This old beat up heart, there it is, I said it. That's what I came to say. I'll leave you here to think it out. Call me if you need me. What was that you said? There's nothing left to think about. You want this beat up heart, and it's lots of miles. It's just a fixer-upper, and it isn't quite what it used to be. Needs TLC, but it'll get you where you're going if you treat it right. This old beat up heart, very nice.
Oh yeah.
Great lyrics. Nice tune. All right. Michael, great. Let me pass you on over to your interviewing host, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hi. Mike and Michael, here we are together all at once. That first one, well, both songs, this applies a lot to both songs, but particularly the first one, very direct, it's very moving, but it's woven out of a lot of fine imagery. How did you get there? Talk about writing this thing.
I was driving. That's one of the things, anything that's boring might start that little songwriting machine. And I carry little electronic devices, to capture stuff. I just was driving down the road and started singing lines, actually.
Yeah. I know that one. I used to now I use the phone for that, but yeah. I used to have a little Olympic digital recorder. I carried Olympus digital recorder everywhere. So it comes when the brain is not occupied with other things. It frees you up. You're saying, and it comes.
Especially something rhythmic. Mowing the lawn used to send me running into the house a lot.
Yeah, that's great. Well, we can all try to mine that. Poignant song. Very, very nice. The second one, there was one line in there. There were a lot of lines in there I liked, but there was one that just for me, you know a lot about this heart of mine. That's revelatory of the nature of the relationship that's there. Where did that come in the songwriting? Was it just part of the flow, or was it a first thought, or?
That was written long ago too. I saw this guy as someone who was very fond of someone, and very supportive, and being the best friend he could, and he's finally essentially coming out. Yeah, so they've known each other quite a while. That's how I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You seem, from these two songs, I think I've heard some of your stuff before, but I haven't, tons of your stuff. You seem to have a real commitment to simple lyrics, directness. Am I right about that?
Yeah, I think for me that's what works.
That the simplicity has a certain purity to it, and that's attractive to you.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
what is the core of this thing.
Well, let me just say, in my interviewer role, you're always a bit of a critic too. It's a very winning way to write songs. I hope it continues for you. I look forward to hearing a lot more of your stuff. What does songwriting do for you? Why do you do this?
That's a good question. I kind of been doing it all my life. I was making up stuff as a kid that amused me. At some point, I said, hey, this is songwriting. And at some point, I started taking it seriously and trying to do it good. So maybe it's just something that helps make me whole. Seems to be a need there.
Well, I think you're probably doing that for other people too with these songs. Thank you very much for them. And thank you for sharing them with us here on Open Mic America. I think we're privileged to have you. I hope we'll maybe see you a little more often. It'd be nice.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
All right. Back to you, Rich.
All right. Thank you, Mike and Michael. So here we are, our last performer of the night. I know, how can that be? Well, it's none other. Well, first, let me tell you where we're going, and I'll tell you who it's none other than. We are now driving east and going into the desert. We are going to Phoenix, Arizona. And we are going to hear none other than Cowboy Rex. And Cowboy, he performs at a lot of places. He performs at the Arizona Live Music Cooperative. He plays at the Fiddler's Dream Coffee House. And he also plays at the Walk-In Wednesdays open mic night at the Tempe Center for the Arts. What a great place too. I've never been there, but I've watched the open mics there. So lucky to have a place like that. So Cowboy Rex, take it over.
All right, I will. Okay, a couple of love songs, a couple of quirky love songs, I guess I would say. Making trouble in the afternoon, making loving in the night. You make me wonder if I'm losing you, and you make everything alright. But I wanna know if this is really love. You say it's just too soon to tell. All I know is that you're beautiful in your heart and mine as well. Just like the mountains roll on to the plains, just like the oceans kiss the sand. It's only natural the way I feel every time I hold your hand. But I wanna know if this is really love. only time can tell. All I know is that you're beautiful in your heart and mine as well. Girl, I love the way you fit your jeans. I love the fragrance of your hair. And I love that little song that you sing when you think that I'm not there. Are you the love I have been looking for? You smile and say, boy, can't you tell? All I know is that you're beautiful in your heart and mine as well. Are you the love I have been longing for? Your smiling eyes say, can't you tell? All I know is that you're beautiful in your heart and mine as well. Yes, all I know is that you're beautiful in your heart and mine as well.
Beautiful tune there, Cowboy Rex.
Oh, thanks, you
Right,
guys.
Cowboy.
Well, my friend Gwen wanted me to do a different song, but I decided I would do this one. She likes this one too. This is another quirky love song. Well, you're gonna be the death of me. My imminent demise is plain to see. I'm gonna lay down and die right here if you don't fall in love with me. Oh, I love the way you fix your hair. Yes, and I love that skimpy little dress you wear. The only thing that would be better for me is if it was hanging up in the closet right over there. Oh, somebody please call the fireman. This place burns down, you're to blame. 'Cause as you're walking down the street, the sidewalk's bursting into flame. Yes, and somebody please call the policeman. I believe a crime's about to start. 'Cause you done broke into my soul and you're about to make off with my heart. be the death of me. Me and the Grim Reaper been keeping company. I'm gonna lay down and die right here if you don't fall in love with me. Oh, oh Lordy, Lord, Lordy, Lord, Lordy, Lord, Lordy. Oh, somebody, please call the fireman. This place burns down, you're to blame. 'Cause as you're walking down the street, the sidewalk's bursting into flame. And somebody, please call 911. I believe a crime's about to start. 'Cause you done broke into my soul and you're about to make off with my heart. Oh yes, you locked my heart away, and you've thrown away the key. I am a prisoner in the jailhouse of love, and I don't want to be set free. Yes, I am a prisoner in the jailhouse of love, and I refuse to be set free. Something like that.
Yeah. Prisoner in the Jailhouse of Love. All right, Cowboy. Sounding great, man, as usual. Let me pass you over to Mike Simpson.
Yippee-ki-yay. How you doing, Cowboy?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, aside from the fact that I forgot how to play the guitar, but that's all right.
Oh, good. You give me such wonderful, what I have written down here for the first thing to ask you was this great motion that you get in your picking. How do you generate that? How do you write those parts?
I don't know.
And by the way, you play just fine, son.
I have to defer to the salient, wonderful saying of Jar Jar Binks. Me no know.
All right.
I don't know. I write a song and then I try to make it sound like something when I'm playing the guitar.
Okay, but the stylized finger picking stuff, does that come later in the process? I mean, do you kind of square out the chords first and then you add
sure.
in,
Yeah.
then you write the other stuff over the top?
Yeah, and they have a way of you play them all the time, and so they have a way of changing and getting better and getting worse, and.
Yeah, my second note was on the first song was quirky love song. How so? Now I'm going to grant you. I'll tell you. I grant you that the second one's quirky, but the first one didn't strike me as quirky. It struck me as lovely. What do you think? What's quirky about it?
The point of the song is that falling in love with somebody, the overarching kind of emotion isn't googly love. It's mostly feeling, insecure. So that's what that song is about.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
Is this
There's a little bit
really good?
Yeah. And then there's the second one there. I got to the first time you used the word die, and I wrote down that it seems a little extreme. And then I immediately wrote after that, okay, this one is more quirky. Marvelous and original lyrics.
Thank you.
Now, when you're writing on something like that, do you have sort of a template idea? I need this. I need each of these lines to be kind of over the top. All these elements in this thing, and then so you're hunting for that way of writing, or is it just flow?
No, it just happens.
Just happens.
I get an idea like the second song I got it yeah, you're gonna whatever the first line is, I got that line, and then I thought, well, how about this, and then how about that, and then it just kept on going.
Okay.
It
Yeah, it just
kind of wrote
follows
itself.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you
But
are
I
kind
think,
of setting up the feeling of the first line as a template for the other stuff. That's kind of what I was talking about too.
yeah, the best line, I think that's probably one of the best lines in any song I've ever written is I am a prisoner in the jailhouse of love, and I refuse to be set free. That's a great
It's a
line.
good one. It's a good one.
I don't know where it came from, so I can say I really like it.
Yeah. And that one's you can play that one loud enough on an electric to play it in the bar too.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Anything you wanna say about the songs?
No, just they kind of speak for themselves, but I would like to say I really appreciate you guys and what you do when you make this available for all these wonderful writers and everybody to be able to.
Yes,
It's a big deal.
that's pretty much down to Capo Dave. He's the originator of all this stuff. He and Daphne often are the technical, people here, and Rich, of course. I'm just here because they couldn't get anybody else. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, two really good songs tonight, man. I really, I don't want to use the term blessed because that's not the feeling. I feel like as a songwriter, I got my butt kicked. I need to do more work and write more like Cowboy Rex, kind of a thing. All right, man. Thank you again for coming. We will no doubt see you soon.
Sure.
Oh, Rich Fassler, are you still awake?
I think so. I'm here. I don't know. Blessed isn't the right word for me. It's depressed every time I host one of the shows here and hear all the great songwriters. Yeah, you're right. So it's me back into my closet with my guitar. Hey, listen, we are at the end of tonight's show. I know it's hard to believe. I would like to thank each of our performers one by one, and feel free to wave as I say your name. Richie Pollock, Dave Fiebert, Tim Young, Brian Cassidy, Ann Sandstrom, Bill Palmer, Michael R. Gardner, and Cowboy Rex. And listen, everybody, remember to check our website, openmicamerica.com, for links to the music of all of our OMA performers and to find archives of all of our shows. Also, I want to thank Mike Simpson, tonight's interviewing host. Always a pleasure being on the show with Mike. And, of course, our founder and tonight's engineer, Capo Dave Williams.
And Rich, thank you.
Oh, and
Great
thank
hosting.
you. I love it. I love doing it. I want to thank everybody who watched us on YouTube tonight, and those who are going to be watching, in the weeks to come. And listen, if you like the show, please spread the word. Don't keep it a secret. We want to make the show available to everyone and anyone around the world. You can download and print your own posters. I think, I've got one behind me, and I think Dave's got one. Yeah. And one of these days we're going to teach Mike how to print one out and hang them somewhere where folks can see them. You can also get these really cool, check it out, these really cool t-shirts. Look at Capo Dave, he's got one too. And the nice thing about this is you can get them through our website. You just pull down a little tab and you can make this logo as big or as small as you want. You can design them any way you'd like. And you can get that through our openmicamerica.com website. Please check out your local and virtual open mics. We've listed the ones where our performers play under the local open mics tab on our website. And we are here the first and third Sundays of every month. So our next show is going to be Sunday, June 1st. God, is it June already? Yeah, Sunday, June 1st. Same time, same station. And stay tuned for the next full lineup of performers. So at this time, I am going to make sure all of our performers be muted And go ahead and wave goodbye. And I'm going to turn off my video and sound and say good night, America.
If you meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue, I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall. And if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.